Please be seated. I'm Steve Osborne, president of the College of Charleston and class of 1973 alumnus. It's my distinct pleasure to welcome you to the College of Charleston's May commencement ceremony. This is truly a special day. Graduates, each of you are achieving a personal milestone. Whether you took the traditional approach to your studies or took a different path and are completing your degree later in life, you have made it to this point. You have completed a demanding course of study that will transform your life by opening new doors of opportunity to you, by expanding your worldview, and by providing a solid foundation for you to be a lifelong learner. You should be incredibly proud of yourself for having reached this signature life milestone. You are worthy of all the praise that will be heaped upon you, and indeed worthy of a College of Charleston degree. Please stand and join me as Harper Mobley, a rising senior music major, sings our national anthem. Veterans may salute.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Harper. That was beautiful. Graduates, today, we, the Board of Trustees, administrators, faculty, staff, family, friends, and loved ones, have the privilege to celebrate with you on this joyous day. Many of us have been with you every step of the way, supporting you, offering the words of encouragement, and believing in you. Graduates, before I continue my remarks, and before we award the degrees that you've worked so hard for, please take a moment to stand and say thank you to everyone in the audience who has been there for you throughout this incredible journey. Thank you. Please be seated. You may not realize it, but you and I have been on converging tracks for some time. For you, today represents the culmination of many years of work, many years of studying and learning, many years of essays, reading assignments, group projects, lab reports, midterms, and finals. For some of you, it's meant 4 years at the college, and for some, the time has been a bit shorter or maybe a bit longer. Well, it's taken me a few years to get here as well. As some of you know, I have worked at the college for the past 13 years, mostly as the Chief Financial Officer and Executive Vice President of Business Affairs. But this past year, I had the honor of serving as your president. It's been an incredible experience for me, an extraordinary honor that no words could describe. As an alumnus of this great institution, I thought I loved this university before, but this past year has taught me that the College of Charleston is even more in special ways than I ever realized, and that's all because of you. You, along with the incredible faculty and staff, are what make this institution so unique, so special. You breathe life into these beautiful buildings. You give voice to this beautiful campus. You make us who we are: smart, caring, bold, passionate, loud, proud, and never, never boring. In many ways, this past year was like a second senior year for me. When it's your final year on campus, the feeling is different. When you know the finish line is just up ahead, it changes your attitude. It makes you a little more reflective and perhaps a little more nostalgic. You know deep down inside that one incredible chapter is closing while another is about to begin. So as you and I go into this new chapter, one that is both exciting and a little scary, I do want to offer some words of advice along with some quotes from my favorite writers. And in case you're wondering, yes, it's a universal law that you have to offer some kind of advice when you're standing at a lectern wearing a hot, heavy robe, a funny plush hat, and a giant medallion like this. But don't worry, I'll be short and sweet. Remember, although I may be a lover of books, I was a numbers guy throughout my career, so I'll keep it to 4 simple points. Point 1, read everything, and I mean everything: fiction, nonfiction, novels, short stories, plays, history, news stories, case studies, and blog posts. Be voracious in your reading habits. My life has been informed by reading and is better for it. By reading, you'll remain a student forever. You'll never stop learning because the act of reading and thinking of things outside of yourself will keep you sharp. It will open you up to new ideas and new ways of seeing the world. But I also caution you to know your source. Be critical in your reading. Do your own research. Double-check facts. Don't shortcut and thus shortchange your learning. As John Steinbeck wrote in one of my favorite books, The Grapes of Wrath, quote, "You're bound to get ideas if you go about thinking about stuff." On behalf of our faculty and staff, I encourage you, I implore you to keep getting ideas and thinking about stuff. In fact, think about a lot of stuff. It will transform your life and the lives of those around you. Point 2, look up from your phones. Be present in the moment. That advice is not just for you, but for everyone here, including me. Technology is a great tool when properly used. It gives us so much, but it also takes us away. It's fascinating to me that these devices have made us more distant from one another through a mirage of constant connectedness. My best moments on this campus in my life really were not staring at a small screen in my hand. My best moments were when I was meeting and talking with someone like you, learning about your lives, your dreams, and your needs. Point 3, don't stress too much. Remember to breathe and take things as they come. The world is a very complicated place. In my experience, there's not usually one right answer to any situation. As Pat Conroy wrote in Beach Music, and I quote, "No story is a straight line. The geometry of a human life is too imperfect and complex, too distorted by the laughter of time and the bewildering intricacies of fate to admit the straight line into its systems of laws." So don't worry about living a life on the straight line. Your education has prepared you for the imperfect and the complex. And along those lines of living the imperfect and complex, I'd like to share a few key lines that appeared on a poster that hung in my room during my freshman year. They're from Max Ehrmann's 1927 poem, Desiderata, and have inspired me on many different occasions. Go placidly amid the noise and the haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. Speak your truth quietly and clearly. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Be yourself. Take kindly the counsel of the years, gracefully surrendering the things of youth. But do not distress yourself with dark imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. And whether or not it's clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. With all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be cheerful, strive to be happy. Point 4, roll up your sleeves and get involved. Be active, be busy, because it's in that activity that you will make a difference, both for you and for others. That idea of being in the thick of things is perfectly summed up by President Teddy Roosevelt, who delivered a speech in 1910 with one of my favorite passages, and by the way, it's heavily used by LeBron James today. And I quote, "It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat." A spoiler alert. In your life, you will have many successes, but you will also fail. But it's your ability to risk failing, to learn from that failing, and to keep trying that will separate you from others. That resiliency and willingness to try again and again are the hallmarks of a College of Charleston graduate. I will leave you with one last quote. It's from Robert Penn Warren's All the King's Men, an all-time favorite book. And I quote, "The best luck happens to people who don't need it." What I believe is, as a College of Charleston alumnus, you won't need much luck. You have everything you need, all right there in your brain and in your heart. The solutions to countless problems are just waiting for your attention, your creativity, your perspective, your passion. You are ready for the world, and let me tell you, on behalf of the world, we're ready for you. Go dare greatly. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2019. Ladies and gentlemen, for the conferring of the honorary degree, I will now be joined by the Vice Chairman of the Board of Trustees, Demetria Clemens. Trustees Chuck Baker and Tav Swart, would you please escort Ebony Jade Hilton to the lectern? Trustee John Bush, please join me at the lectern as well. I am honored to introduce Ebony Jade Hilton. Dr. Ebony Jade Hilton was the first African-American female anesthesiologist at the Medical University of South Carolina. An esteemed physician, an advocate of children's health and well-being, and a prominent alumna, Dr. Ebony Jade Hilton has done the college proud.
I hereby present Ebony Jade Hilton, a dedicated physician who has broken new ground on behalf of African American women in the South Carolina medical field. In her current role at the University of Virginia, she works to illuminate health disparities, particularly those associated with race, and has founded Goodstock, consulting to better bridge the gap between physicians and their communities. Her dedication to the medical profession and to ensuring that everyone has access to the proper management of health and well-being makes her a fitting candidate for the college's Doctor of Humane Letters.
Ebony Jade Hilton, your professional achievement in the field of medicine is inspiring and honorable. The College of Charleston is proud to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters.
By the authority of the state of South Carolina, granted to the Board of Trustees of the College of Charleston and committed to me, I declare Ebony Jade Hilton is now admitted to the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations, Dr. Hilton. As our students know, this past year on campus has been designated the Year of Women in celebration of the centennial anniversary of women being admitted to the College of Charleston. It is only fitting that our 3 commencement ceremonies have incredible and accomplished women alumni delivering our commencement addresses. I could not be happier to introduce our commencement speaker, Dr. Ebony Jade Hilton. Dr. Hilton is a native of South Carolina. She graduated magna cum laude from the College of Charleston as a triple major who studied biochemistry, molecular biology, and inorganic chemistry. She went on to study and work at Medical University of South Carolina, where she graduated from medical school in 2008. In 2016, she received a College of Charleston Alumni Award, specifically the Pre-Medical Society's Outstanding Service Award in Medicine. She was also featured on the cover of the summer 2016 issue of the College of Charleston magazine. And I recommend you read the article about her, which is on the College Today website. Before I turn the lectern over to her, I would like to recognize her family who is with us today. We have her mother, Mary Hilton, her sisters, Kendra Hilton and Brandy Gist, her nephew, Jaya Gist, a sophomore here at the college, her aunt, Karen Majetti, and her cousins, Tyreek Foster and Kimberly Willis. Will all of you please stand? Thank you. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming to the lectern our commencement speaker, Dr. Hilton.
How do you now you can hear me? Okay, good. You know, it's always humbling when someone introduces you to an audience like this because they only highlight the great things about your life, so you actually want to meet yourself, you know? But it's also humbling because you realize that you're now become the person that you used to consider being old. And so I can't tell you just how much of a privilege it is actually to do that, to actually age. You know, In life, oftentimes people ask me to come and talk about my accomplishments and whether or not that's the attainment of degrees or the climbing of this medical ladder or, the awards and the accolades and the writing of children's books or the co-founding of Goodstock Medical Consulting Firm. And these are all great accomplishments. But if I had to be honest with you, if I were going to talk to you about the life lesson that I would want to give to the next generation, I would never even mention those accomplishments at all. In fact, my greatest life lesson isn't something that I can hang on my wall in the form of a diploma. It's not something I can boast about in the form of my CV or my resume. But my greatest life lesson actually came to me in the form of a message from one of my patients in the ICU. So if I can honor her spirit, I would just like to tell you what she told me. And this lady, I consider her my earth angel. She was my ICU patient for 8 months, the last 8 months of her life. And so she had developed pancreatitis, and with that, she had infection after infection, of which all the antibiotics that we could possibly give her weren't enough to kill off these bacteria. So for the first or the last weeks of her life, we literally had to resort to just opening her abdomen. And I'm not trying to scare you with this imagery, but I just need you to know her story. So on a daily, we would wash out her body and pack it with dressings and all this plastic linings to try to keep the infection away from her. And as the days turned to weeks and the weeks turned to months, I began to be drawn to her room because she would teach me so much about life. And I would literally just sit there with her for hours just to hear her stories. And one day when I went to her, as she was completely coherent and seeing everything we were doing and heard and saw everything that we had to do to her body, I asked her, I said, if you had one wish, if you could do one thing at all, what would it be? And to be honest with you, when I asked that question, immediately I had regrets of asking her that because we both knew that whatever it is that she came up with, the likelihood that she could physically do it was slim to none. Right? So she turned her head and she looked out the window, and I kind of just dropped my head and looked at the ground. And for a moment, we were just silent. But when she finally spoke, she turned to me and she said, if I had one wish, it would be to just feel the rain again, to just feel rain. And I say that to say that in that moment, I lost it. I didn't lose it for her because I didn't want to take that moment away. But as I drove home, I literally had tears streaming down my face as I thought, what am I doing? In life, we can get so caught up in running this race of achievement. And what I would tell you guys is that to slow down. What I wish someone had told me was to actually appreciate life for what it is. That when I was 8 years old, I decided I wanted to be a doctor, and so I was running on this hamster wheel of getting to these achievements of what I thought success was, and that was great. But honestly, in getting to that point, I missed out on the beauty of what life is and the greatness that comes with feeling the wetness of rain. I was missing out on hearing birds chirp as I walked to work to sing a lullaby to me, or the blossoming of flowers and the waving of trees as you're going on to your next destination. So what I would tell you, young people, is that in this achievement of life, you will get there. There is nothing in this world that you cannot achieve. Matter of fact, my achievements is the basement of what you can actually do, and I fully believe that. But I would tell you to slow down, that you're only young once, and that every day God will give you this beautiful tapestry to see that it was only meant for you to see in that moment from your viewpoint. So that sunset that looks incredible, put the selfie stick down. It wasn't meant for Instagram. It was really just meant for you, And take the moment, and even with the achievements, you can spend hours on hours and days on days in the library to get that next information from that book. But honestly, take a moment to call one of these people in the audience and ask them for a picnic. Literally, the achievements and the accolades will pale in comparison to the memories that you're able to create. I wish someone would have told me as I was going on the stage to just slow down and take in all the journey of where I was going. I remember being 22, walking across and getting my 3 degrees. And immediately when I sat down, I thought to myself, okay, well, in 4 more weeks, I'm going to start medical school. And in 4 more years, I'm going to be a medical doctor. And that's where I really want to be. So this is just a stepping stone. And I felt that way because when you're young, you feel like you have to rush to get it all right, or that if you don't get there fast enough, that someone can take your spot. But honestly, the spot that was created for you is only for you, right? You're the only one that can feel that purpose because you're the only one with that talent. So slow down. Take the time to actually recognize what you're supposed to learn. You will come across mountains in your life. There will be hardships. There will be what I call storms where you feel like your life is spinning. But in that moment, that's really where God is trying to talk to you and trying to slow you down for you to learn a life lesson. And that lesson can come through pain or joy, but it really is supposed to shape you to be the person that you're supposed to be, that when you reach your destination, you're the best version of the person that is to fulfill your life purpose. So trust it. I think oftentimes we get caught up in thinking that if I don't go down this right path, that I might get off target. But it's just like when you talk to Siri. If you say, I want to go to New York, but yet there's a roadblock on that highway, and you start going towards Mount Pleasant or you go towards Myrtle Beach, she won't say, well, then since you're going towards Myrtle Beach, we'll just change your direction. We'll just say your final destination is there. No, what she says is she's going to reroute you. And that's what you'll see in life. There's hundreds of different possibilities that's going to get you to that end point. Trust that journey. Trust that everything that you go through is supposed to make you the best version of who you are. And the last piece of advice that I'll offer you is just to know that me and my generation and transparency of everyone that's come before us, that we really haven't done a good job for you guys. We have not left you with the best version of the world that you actually deserved. So learn from us. We've tripped up on a lot of stupid stuff that's kept us from reaching the pinnacle of where we could be. We get tied up on race and gender and sexual orientation and whether or not someone speaks my language or worships my God. Don't let that happen to you. You're literally the best version of what life has to offer. That's what Darwin says, right? With every generation comes the greatness of the next generation. So you're the best version. So what are you going to do with that? You're the most talented people. You're smarter than we could ever hope to be. You're more creative. So use that to bridge the gap. And what I would encourage you to do is that when you go out into the world, find someone who doesn't look like you, who doesn't speak your language, who doesn't believe in the same God, that doesn't grow up in the same neighborhood. Because in those differences is where we have our beauty. And that person that looks different from you is going to be able to pull something out of you that you didn't even know exists. So trust that. You guys have the most brilliant minds in this room. You have the Emma Morans and the Victoria Baileys, right? Y'all have incredible people. And the thing is what do you want to achieve? So trust your journey. Know that you're going to get there. Know that you cannot make any mistakes. Slow down long enough that you can actually appreciate the beauty of life that's given to you. And then know that exactly as you are today, you have everything you need to be enough to achieve it. I can't wait to see the beautiful story that you create. We're all waiting to see how it ends. And at the end of the day, when you live that story, live a life that you're proud of what you've accomplished, but you slow down long enough to actually enjoy it. I wish you the best in life, and I'm proud of you guys. Thank you.
Thank you for being with us, Dr. Hilton. Thank you for your inspiring remarks. In the spirit of thinking about the moment, let me just remind you that from the perspective of your alma mater, you are a double doctor. I am Provost Brian McGee, and it is my pleasure to announce our William Aiken Fellows. We are pleased to recognize our graduating class of the Aiken Fellows Society. Those students are the ones bearing medals hanging from gold and maroon ribbons. Aiken Fellows are all members of our Honors College and were recruited to the College of Charleston based on superior academic performance. As Aiken Fellows, they have participated in a range of activities aimed at their development as scholars and professionals in their fields of choice. All 20 Aiken Fellows are graduating with Latin honors. 15 are graduating summa cum laude. 7 are graduating with a perfect 4.0 grade point average and are recipients of the John Lewis Gervais Jr. Award. 2 are College of Charleston Colonial Scholars, the most generous scholarship offered at the college. 1 is a recipient of this year's Bishop Robert Smith Award. 1 received the Phi Kappa Phi Award of Merit, and 2 received the Alumni Medal. 16 had international experiences, and all were involved in substantive research in their fields. One received a Fulbright grant, another a Fulbright Summer Institute scholarship, one is a Goldwater Scholar. 2 will join Teach for America. 7 are headed to graduate or professional school, 5 of those with funding. 4 have accepted jobs with major corporations. Would the William Aiken Fellows present at this ceremony please stand? Congratulations, and you may be seated. At this afternoon ceremony, we also have 6 students who have earned a perfect, that means perfect, 4.0 grade point average, not so much as an A- among them. Please stand as I call your name. First, Hannah Nicole Carl, a major in computer science. Second, Danya Jean Firestone, a double major in foreign language education and Spanish. Third, John Jeffrey Gill, a major in marine biology. Fourth, Caitlin Nicole Cratchley, a major in biochemistry. Fifth, Norma Elizabeth Schlipp, a double major in international studies and political science. And sixth, Danielle Ray Shaddix, a major in biology. Congratulations. Next year, we will hear from a senior class representative and the Student Government Association president. First, you've seen her already, we'll be hearing from Danya Firestone, who will make remarks on behalf of her senior classmates. Danya is the recipient of the Bishop Robert Smith Award, the highest honor a graduating student can achieve at the College of Charleston. The Bishop Robert Smith Award is named for the College of Charleston's founder and first president, and the award was established by former President Theodore Stern to recognize students who demonstrate exceptional leadership and academic excellence. Danya, one more time, please stand and be recognized. Congratulations. But before Danya presents her remarks, we are going to hear from Trip Keefe, President of the Student Government Association, who will speak today on behalf of the undergraduate student body.
Hello and congratulations, graduating Cougars. My name is Trip Keefe, and I've had the honor of serving this year as your student body president. In fact, this address is the last thing I'm going to be doing in that role, so in some ways I can understand the bittersweet feeling that I know many of you are feeling that comes when one chapter of your life closes and another opens. For some of you, it might be more of a sweet feeling when it comes to bittersweet. It might be more on the sweet side than the bitter side, but that's okay. It's both an honor and a truly humbling experience to be here addressing such a distinguished group of graduates. I would like to reflect about our shared time at this institution and what it means for us going forward in our lives. We all know the words inscribed on Porter's Lodge, "Know thyself," but what do these words mean for us, and what advice can they offer us as we move forward in life's journey? I'm reminded of Socrates, who the Oracle of Delphi asserted was the wisest man in the world because he knew the limitations of his own knowledge, because he knew himself. Marcus Garvey, Jamaican political leader and Pan-African thinker, said that when man becomes the possessor of the knowledge of himself, he becomes the master of his environment, the captain of his own ship. We've all gained this self-knowledge here through our rigorous liberal arts and sciences education and rich traditions. We are all the masters of our own environments, but how will we improve these environments? We are each the captains of our own ships, but where will we steer them? These exciting questions pose opportunities for you all as you graduate from this institution and move into the next phases of your lives. I know that seizing these opportunities can be daunting, so I would like to leave you with some words of advice from South African President Nelson Mandela. He said, "I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. So go out and conquer your fears. Be brave and be the captains of your own ships, but know that you always have a safe harbor here at the College of Charleston." Congratulations once again, and thank you.
Jinkolololo, good afternoon. I'm honored to be speaking here today, and as I look over this beautiful cistern which generations of Cougars have crossed, I would like to begin first with a land acknowledgement. The land on which we gather today was the territory of the Cusabo and other Native American tribes, and I greeted you in one of their languages, Nuchi. It is important that we take a moment to consider these groups' displacement and recognize their perseverance, even as we celebrate. And the class of 2019 has a lot to celebrate. From research, to innovation, to volunteerism, to mentorship, to protesting, to unpaid interning, each one of us has moved forward an important project or cause. This year, I had the honor to work with a group of diverse students to create a new movement on campus called the Intersectional Cougar Action Network, or ICANN. We bring together student leaders and allies of marginalized communities to work together towards greater diversity, inclusion, and equity at CFC. I would like to now take you through the 3 key parts of an ICANN-style meeting. The first thing we do at the beginning of each meeting is establish group agreements. So seniors, you can flash me a thumbs up if you agree. Since we know in September another flood is inevitably coming, do we have another group agreement that our donation to our alma mater will be to build an ark? Yes? I saw one over there. All right, cool. Now we can move on in our meeting. Second thing we do in each of our meetings is establish action items. Members commit to how they personally will further a new or ongoing initiative, whether big or small. For example, an action item I have currently on my list is to help advance the curriculum committee's proposal for a diversity requirement for all students. Though there is so much to be celebrated today, we can all, graduates, faculty and staff, family and friends, also take some time to reflect on what we each commit to for the betterment of ourselves, our communities, and our neighbors near and far. So I challenge you to think, what are your action items? And finally, we conclude our meetings, and thus I'll conclude this meeting, with some affirmations. Affirmations are a moment we take to recognize the hard work that someone else or a group of people are doing to move an initiative forward. In class of 2019, there are a lot of affirmations to go around. This year alone, we danced for 13 hours straight and raised over $142,000 for the new Children's Hospital downtown. We celebrated the centennial anniversary of women being admitted to the College of Charleston. We opened a food pantry on campus to help our fellow students facing food insecurity. We helped select the next president of this college. Shout out to President Hsu. And for the first time for CFC, 5 students have won Fulbright Awards. This year, we also take pride in our college for launching the Center for the Study of Slavery in Charleston and for hosting the inaugural welcome to our LGBTQ+ students. These are only a few of the many accomplishments of our classmates, and I absolutely cannot wait to see what's in store next. Congratulations, class of 2019, and in the words of a recent great president, yes, we can. And I say yes, we did. Thank you.
Good afternoon and welcome. I'm Michael Renaud, class of 1995, and I'm the current president of the Alumni Association. It's an honor and a privilege for me to be here and be a part of this ceremony for all of you today. Part of my job today is to welcome you as the newest members to the alumni family, which currently is over 90,000 strong. You will be a member of an alumni association that was founded in 1888 and exists to promote the welfare of the College of Charleston. This is your alumni association, and I encourage you to become actively involved. This is your time, and it's your college. Take advantage of all that the Alumni Association has to offer you. As you get ready to start this new phase of your life, I'd like to share a few thoughts with you as someone who participated in commencement a very long 24 years ago. Make the most of the education you received here. You are well prepared for whatever path you take. The friends you made here will be some of the best friends you will ever have. My circle of friends is a testament to that. Stay connected with each of them and stay connected with the college. Come back for a Charleston Affair, Spring Alumni Weekend, Fall Alumni Weekend, and all the wonderful events throughout the year on campus. Get involved. We have 32 alumni clubs in the United States and 3 overseas, and we're adding more every year. If you move to a city that has a club, get involved. If you move to a city and there's not a club, let's get one started there. Give back. Keep a philanthropic spirit after graduation. It's our duty to give back to our alma mater and make sure that all of those that come after us experience the same wonderful memories that we have had a chance to experience. Now I want to talk to you about one of the many traditions at the College of Charleston. It involves your class rings. Before graduation, students wear the ring with the seal facing in. But at graduation, you turn it so the seal faces out. This signifies that you are now alumni and ready to go out into the world. You can now turn your rings. Congratulations to the class of 2019, and good luck to all of you. And please remember that the Alumni Association will always be here for you. And I also, lastly, would like to recognize and thank the members of the Student Alumni Associates who are serving as the marshals for today's commencement. This ceremony would not be possible without their dedicated service, so thank you.
Thank you, Michael. We've already celebrated 1 degree presentation, and now we will celebrate 750 more. Provost McGee will join me in presenting the Artium Baccalaureatus degrees. Here at the College of Charleston, the Artium Baccalaureatus degree, the A.B. degree, in classics requires significant coursework in both Greek and Latin. A.B. majors at other universities require significant coursework in only Greek or Latin. The College of Charleston has awarded this degree for more than 200 years. That grand tradition continues today. Will the following candidates please come to center stage? Martina Abriano, a major in Spanish. Allison Ann Davis, a double major in archaeology and classics. Kylie Jane Dempsey, a double major in classics and political science. Carolyn Jan Dory, a major in classics. Gwendolyn Lois Gibbons, a double major in classics and history. Minna Neely Heaton, a major in classics. And Colleen Quinton Wetzel, a major in elementary education. I ask those on stage to remain seated. However, it is the tradition that the audience stand when this degree is awarded. Would the audience in Cistern Yard please rise? Curatoribus autoritatem tribuentibus hojuinis in humanioribus literis praeclore eruditos ad gradum artitum baccalaureatus admissi. Congratulations. The audience may be seated. Now joining us in awarding the bachelor's degrees will be Vice Chair Clemens, Dr. Hilton, and Executive Vice President of Student Affairs, Alicia Caudill. Professor Roxanne Stalvey from the Department of Computer Science and Professor Susan Devine from the Department of Hispanic Studies will announce the names and majors of our graduates. Upon this, good.
Assisting with the graduates from the School of Education, Health, and Human Performance will be Dean Francis Welch. For the bachelor's degree in athletic training, joining us will be Professor Wes Dudgeon, chair of the department. Megan Brianna Balliard also meets requirements for exercise science. Charles Edward Boyd Jr., cum laude. Mercedes Crockett Kane also meets requirements for exercise science. Maggie Elizabeth Camp also requires for exercise science. John Philip Epperson, magna cum laude. Nicole Elizabeth Howell. Autumn Hope Jordan, summa cum laude. Danielle Havivav Lampert, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for exercise science. Rachel Lauren Mayer, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for exercise science and the Honors College. The Honors College certificates were awarded by Tricia Folds Bennett at a separate ceremony. Tori Christine Niederer. Kana Alexis Smith. Hannah Marie Wayne. For the bachelor's degree in early childhood education, joining us will be Professor Ann Gutschall, chair of the department. Sarah Ann Elizabeth Bannerman. Maria K. Blisbach. Caitlin Elise Brown. Helen Bateman Brunson. Caroline Ashlyn Carter. Patricia Ruth Cooper, summa cum laude. Virginia Claire DeLuca. Bonnie Elaine Dye also meets requirements for psychology. Megan Isley Fisher. Tabitha Fogel. Sophia Margaret Gno, cum laude, Gno. Carolyn Kaysen Hall. Autumn Lynn Jenkins, cum laude. Deidre Pauline Alvarez Johnson. Kaylin Hope Kelly. Sarah Hussein Kudar. Catherine Knowles. Deandria Ladasha Lambert. Terica Chambrier Leverett. Bridget Nicole McLaughlin. Caitlin Michelle Milligan. Catherine Turner Parker, cum laude. Stephanie Preston Parnell, summa cum laude. Marjorie Charlotte Poulnot. Riley Hope Prusak, cum laude. Julia C. Rybel, cum laude. Caitlin Marie Schiano, cum laude. Clarissa Brianna Scott, magna cum laude. Kira Ali Stapleton. Catherine Sheridan Suarez. Sarah E. Villarreal, cum laude. Kyla Marie Weber. Carolyn Grace Watley, magna cum laude. Ashton Leslie Young. For the bachelor's degree in elementary education, Angeli Danielle Anton. Natalie Page Appel, cum laude. Lainey E. Bishop, cum laude. Casey J. Blackwell, cum laude. Renee Gabrielle Bratton. Abigail Grace Brubaker. Emily Lauren Buchanan, magna cum laude. Rodante Parcero Carlos Jr. Brittany Renee Clark, cum laude. Caitlin Jessie Corgel. Mike Orcullo Cuenca. Gabrielle Marie Daneman, cum laude. Maura Rose Devlin. Abby Ann Easterday, magna cum laude. Rachel Irby. Miranda Brenna Fisher. Brenna Catherine Frank, magna cum laude. Rebecca Hayes Gaddy, cum laude. Lindsay Marie Guerra. Darian N. Holdorf, magna cum laude. Alea Gabrielle Ori. Sarah Catherine Jarrett. Megan Elizabeth Johnson. Isabel Husted Landers, magna cum laude. Rachel Jans Lewis. Jordan Taylor Mosher, cum laude. Brittany Rose Nicholson, cum laude. Tamara Nolan, summa cum laude. Chaka Dan Sovanvan Van Or, cum laude. Good enough. Corey Glennis Roberts Jr. J. Robin Schmitz. Alexis Danielle Temple, cum laude. Catherine Kerr Templeton, cum laude, also meets requirements for Honors College. Alyssa Lauren Walker, cum laude. Jillian M. Wen, magna cum laude. Colleen Quinn Wetzel, cum laude. For the bachelor's degrees in exercise science, rejoining us will be Professor Wes Dungeon, chair of the department. Mary Catherine Kellum Addison. Lindsay Ruth Applegate, magna cum laude. Brian Collum Armstrong II. Ashton Reeves Banks. Jordan Elizabeth Barkas. Rymera Fabian Barreto. Allison Faye Beckman, cum laude. Lauren Alyssa Bede. Bryce Andrew Beverly, cum laude. Jordan Reed Boyer. Paige Nicole Bramblett, cum laude. Courtney Faith Brooks. Andrew John Burns Jr. Ryan Thomas Church. Victoria Bell Churchill, cum laude. Nicholas Ron Clark. Emily Ann Clark. Peyton John Conti, magna cum laude. Savannah Joy Copeland, cum laude. Riley Ann Corey. Catherine Lee Constantini. Samantha Catherine Craig, cum laude. Desiree Lachey Crawford. Jacqueline K. Cundiff. Paige Alexandra Davis, cum laude. Ulani H. DeSilas. Dylan Tyler DeJames. Ellen Kathleen Dobson. Sean Michael Drennan. Brooke Taylor Dudley. Margaret Elizabeth Epley. Catherine Nicole Erickson. Caitlin Alexis Felsky, cum laude. Amy Sarah Carl Finkeen, summa cum laude. Paige Caitlin Mary Fournier. Brandon Connor Fox, cum laude. Robert William Jenna Neela. Emily R. Goodwin. Alexa Nicole Hanley, magna cum laude. Taylor Ellen Harkey. Jaquiz Javar Harris. Brittany Elaine Hartwig. William Charles Hill III. Ian David Holliday. Nicholas Scott House. Elizabeth Logan Himes. Haley Marie Jowers. Ryan Edward Kahn. Catherine Marie Kelly, cum laude. Elizabeth Ann King, magna cum laude. Mary Catherine Lean, summa cum laude. Natalie Ann Lenti, summa cum laude. Jamie Leaf, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for Jewish studies. Lauren Nicole Linta. Ryan B. Littlejohn, cum laude. Megan Kaylee Loge, cum laude. Shariah Joy Lopez, magna cum laude. Alexandra Teresa Luxi. Mackenzie Brooke Luckhart, cum laude. Manolia Catherine Martin, cum laude. Lake and Robin McCauley, magna cum laude. Rebecca Catherine McKinney, cum laude. Sophia Ray Meserve. Anastasia Ray Militek, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Gabrielle Faith Mills, James Mitchell, Mariah Elaine Knuckles Johnson, Marissa Nicole Nunez, cum laude. Carrie Elizabeth O'Neill, summa cum laude. Laura Ortega Bueno, cum laude. Akisha N. Patel. Anisha Nanendra Patel. Nalosha Patel. Raven Bianca Platt. Quinn Campbell Pollock. Megan Elizabeth Potter. Haley Nicole Powers. Devin Elizabeth Rachel. Danielle Elaine Rapkis, cum laude. Julie Lynn Reams. Brielle Marie Rice, magnum cum laude. Sydney Lane Rogers, cum laude. Claire Seeley. Jared Christopher Smith, summa cum laude. Haley Lauren Spellman. Markeisha Rachel Stevens. Craig Mark Suchecki. Zoe Corinne Urban, cum laude. Taylor Ann Noel Vega. Bryson McKinley Williams. Eliza Ray Williams. Emily Caroline Wilson, cum laude. Julie Vaneri Yib. Okay. Keaton Ross Zimmer. For the bachelor's degree in foreign language education, rejoining us will be Professor Ann Gutschall, chair of the department. Tamara L. Berry also meets requirements for Spanish. For the bachelor's degree in middle school education, Roderick Michael Bellamy. Bennett Edward Carpenter, cum laude. Carrie Lorraine Cooper. Brenna Christina Grant. Savannah Lynn Hutto. Kay Elizabeth Lawrence. Alexis Deseri Nangagan, cum laude. Heidi Michelle Noltemeyer, cum laude. Hannah Marie Pulius, magnum cum laude. Lucille Plowden Renneker. Bryn Lindsay Smith, magnum cum laude. Marissa Jordan Yaitovich, cum laude. For the bachelor's degree in physical education, rejoining us will be Professor Wes Dudgeon, chair of the department. Gabriela Eileen Acosta. George Summers Duffy III. Heath Rogers Gray. Michael Beckham Leonard. Mary Catherine Long. Catherine Ray Thomason. For the bachelor's degree in public health, Leeson Rosalind Adams. Michael Gasper Alessi. Christine Quilty Arnaud. Jordan Beth Aryave. Grayson Marie Bailey. Ricky Lashin Bethea. Alyssa Christina Bosha, magnum cum laude. Talea Danae Boyd. Amelia Kathleen Brackett, cum laude, also meets requirements for Spanish. Taylor Nicole Bradford, cum laude. Kyla Monica Brown. Jordan Lane Burney. Catherine Rose Marie Capel. Julia Stewart Carricker. Jessica Taylor Carter, cum laude. Caitlin Jane Cassidy. Priti Enok Chandakar. Shagrup Chima. Catherine Alice Cogdill. Rachel Phillips Crowder. Cameron C. Cunningham. Tate Daisley. Brenna Marie Davis. Michaela Kiana Davis. Regina Caroline Day, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Isabel Marie Defino, cum laude. Charlotte Catherine Del Barba, cum laude. Preya K. Desai, cum laude. Maggie Sierra Dill. Riley Rains Doak. Charlotte P. Donino. Jair Joseph Dunning. Lisa Isley, cum laude. Nita Lee Eisner, magna cum laude. Victoria Grace Familia. Carly Ann Frieda. Pierce B. Fraga. Robert Michael Gilhooly. Dari Emily Goldman, cum laude, also meets requirements for women's and gender studies. Elena Margot Goldstein, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Carrington L. Gorby, cum laude. Mary Elizabeth Grimes, summa cum laude. Samara Rose Grimes, cum laude. Danielle Dakota Halisick, cum laude. Aaron William Handelman. Elizabeth Ann Harrelson. Jackson D. Hartley, cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Rose Marie Hefferon, cum laude. Kayla Rayleigh Hess. Allie Michelle Hoover also meets requirements for the Honors College. Laura Arden Hurd. Essence Courtney Jackson. Anna Rebecca Jasso. Jasmine Christiana Jenkins. Madison Agnes Johnson. Jilly Ann O'Lee Jordan. Catherine Marie Cayley. Olivia Catherine Capera, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Christian Marie Kirby. Foster Sue Kirkpatrick. Anne Marie Cooper, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Benjamin C. Cressman. Michelle Sarah Latzer. Samuel Walker Lawton, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Morgan Ashley Leggett. Sydney Elizabeth Lyman. Natalie Victoria Mainkey. Mackenzie Marie Madison. Katie Morgan McGill. Megan Nicole Minchak, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Caroline Marion Monatheeth. Sabrina Ioan Moa, magna cum laude. Haley Ashton Newton. Rose Danielle Ortiz. Jessica Arlene Osimo, cum laude. India Raquel Page. Kajal Vimal Patel. Pankti Kirit Patel. Amira Annette Pennell. Sarah Ashlyn Peterson. Elizabeth Juliana Petralia. Tamja Marshall Pilson. Catherine Cherie Pitts. Catherine Holman Porzensky, cum laude. Kelsey May Racy. Michaela Maria Reddy, cum laude. Sheila Reyes. Savannah Kendrick Rippey, also meets requirements for biology. Lauren Marie Robertson. Marisa Clay Rothfarb, cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Samantha Rudin. Marissa Danielle Santucci, magna cum laude. Allie Caitlin Schmidt, magna cum laude. Jacob Tyson Schultz, cum laude. Eli Mikhail Schuster, cum laude. Kelsey Elizabeth Shank. Jessica Maria Simon, magna cum laude. Chardonnay Deshay Simmons, cum laude. Emily Ryan Smith, magna cum laude. Mona Leah Baby Smith. Pavitra Sirkumar also meets requirements for biology. Alexandra Ray Stern, cum laude. Megan Erica Stover also meets requirements for Spanish. Morgan Frances Sweeney, cum laude. Sarah Lott Temple. Sarah Catherine Trelo. Allegra Knapp Tucker, cum laude. Amelia Grace Vater. Adriana Velasquez, cum laude. Jordan Taylor Vesley. Sophia Rose Vinegar. Bianca Deshay Wallace, cum laude. Aaliyah Washington. Erin Elizabeth Wilkie. Haley Gabrielle Williams, cum laude. Macy Jane Williamson. Emily Wood, magna cum laude. Aisha Zaman, cum laude. For the bachelor's degree in secondary education cognate, rejoining us will be Professor Ann Gutschall, chair of the department. Kelsey Luann Barrow also meets requirements for history. Tegan Marie Bondi, cum laude, also meets requirements for English. Joanna Clark also meets requirements for English. Jesse E. Crosby, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for history. Joseph Edwards, cum laude, also meets requirements for English. Carter Lee Bennett, cum laude, also meets requirements for history. Alexis Jennifer Lane, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for English. Lauren Kayla Langston, also meets requirements for English. Hannah Marjorie Lohman, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for history. Kennedy Marisa Madison, also meets requirements for history. Lauren Michaela Reese, also meets requirements for history. Miles Connor Vinson, also meets requirements for sociology. Ridgeland Chase Welch, cum laude, also meets requirements for history. For the bachelor's degree in special education. Catherine Avery Atkinson, cum laude. Catherine E. Blaschke. Hannah Noel Cardwell. Natalie Lisbeth Carranza Cardenas. Kristen Leanne Kurlick, cum laude. Joey Marie Costa. Erin Mackenzie Doyle, cum laude. Christy Taylor Duncan. Charlotte Elizabeth Fegley, cum laude. Hannah James, cum laude. Jillian Ann Legas, cum laude. Kate Elizabeth Matzamakers, cum laude. Brianna Tiara Miller. Amelia Grace Oshia. Stacy Melton Phillips. Lyric Nicole Richardson. Gretchen Rolls Schultz, cum laude. Assisting with the graduates from the School of Languages, Cultures, and World Affairs will be Dean Timothy Johnson. For the bachelor's degree in archaeology, joining us will be Professor Scott Harris, director of the program. John Ernest Reinberg also meets requirements for historic preservation and community planning. For the bachelor's degree in classics, joining us will be Professor James Newhard, chair of the department. Allison Ann Davis, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for archaeology. Kylie Jane Dempsey, cum laude, also meets requirements for political science. Carolyn Jan Dory, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for history and archaeology. Elizabeth Page Freeman. Gwendolyn Lois Gibbons, cum laude, also meets requirements for history. Mena Neely Heaton also meets requirements for art history. For the bachelor's degree in French and Francophone studies, joining us will be Professor Lisa Signori, chair of the department. Taylor Lynn Buckner. Montana Nicole Hicks, summa cum laude. Georgia McCarty-Lar also meets requirements for psychology. Marley Isabella Moss, cum laude, also meets requirements for international studies. For the bachelor's degree in German, joining us will be Professor Morgan Kerner, chair of the department. Aliyah Naima Anderson also meets requirements for music. George Matthew Gabriel also meets requirements for French and Francophone studies. Tyler Davis Owens. Grant Douglas Pigeon. For the bachelor's degree in international studies, joining us will be Professor Malti Pell, director of the program. Jordan Shane Bailey. Brooke Ashley Batston. Renee Elizabeth Conley. Taylor Hepworth Crompton. Hannah Jane Dancher, cum laude, also meets requirements for Spanish and the Honors College. Sarah Marie Feaster, cum laude, also meets requirements for political science. Abby Sophia Grand also meets requirements for French and Francophone studies. Bennett McInnes Harrell also meets requirements for history. James Richmond Hears. Alyssa Blair Horton, summa cum laude. Chase Edward Highland. Emily Erzsébet Caroli. Albert Hughes Kreskin. Madeline Jean Lloyd. Nelson Taylor Lundberg also meets requirements for Spanish. Jara Aleale Lianes Mabalat. Sydney Page Moriano, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for English and the Honors College. Christian Vincent Naylor. Matthew Nazida. Kevin Patrick Odell, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for political science and the Honors College. Jillian Ondachi. Samuel B. Page, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Sanders Reinhardt Reese. Laura Lee Robbins. Mariana Marie Robinson, magna cum laude. Tara Britt Rothwell, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for sociology and the Honors College. Robert Lee Salyer III. Norma Elizabeth Schilep, top honors, also meets requirements for political science. Caroline Alexandra Spangler. Justin Richard Thielig. Mia Margareta Thornson. Stephanie Hunter Umstead. Lucille Jenkins Wall, cum laude, also meets requirements for French and Francophone studies. Hannah Winstead, magna cum laude. Sydney Catherine Zazaro, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for history and the Honors College. For the bachelor's degree in Jewish studies, joining us will be Professor Martin Perlmutter, director of the program. Samantha Rose Krantz, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for public health and the Honors College. For the bachelor's degree in Latin American and Caribbean studies, joining us will be Professor Lola Colomina Garrigos, co-director of the program. Harmony Baker Badgett, cum laude. Cassie Ray Cantrell. Jordan Riley Vogt, cum laude, also meets requirements for political science. Catherine McIntyre Williams. For the bachelor's degree in Spanish, joining us will be Professor Mark Del Mastro, chair of the department. Martina Abriano also meets requirements for foreign language education. Danya Jean Firestone, top honors, also meets requirements for foreign language education and the Honors College. Susan Renee Dempsey, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for Latin American and Caribbean studies. Sarah Moser Dixon, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for public health and the Honors College. Kathleen McGovern Hall, cum laude, also meets requirements for communication. Landon Everett Hardy. Alexander Stephen Millett, cum laude, also meets requirements for international business and the Honors College. Lauren Marie Marinelli. Jenna Lee McLaughlin, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for international studies. Haley Elizabeth Moore, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for psychology and the Honors College. Wanda Melissa Santos also meets requirements for foreign language education.
Assisting with the graduates from the School of Science and Mathematics, joining us will be Dean Sebastian Van Delden. For the bachelor's degree in astrophysics, joining us will be Professor Nara Ian Kuthrimal, chair of the department. Rebecca Claire Burnich, cum laude, also meets requirements for physics. Vincent Pataki James also meets requirements for physics. Peyton Lenaru Shaw, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for mathematics. Bailey Brees Williamson also meets requirements for physics. For the bachelor's degree in biology, joining us will be Professor Seth Pritchard, chair of the department. Octavia Ankrum. Amanda Chikarima Anyam, cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Miriam Magdi Malik Atea, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Alyssa Jane Austin. Victoria Olabumi Ariayo Bailey, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Cassidy Nicole Bates. Catherine Elizabeth Beals, cum laude. Minnie Menachem Benjamin. Daniel Bennett. Ella Kathleen Berger, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Zachary John Berry, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for International Studies, French and Francophone Studies, and the Honors College. Candace Tamar Besant. Jade Shayla Brady. Jordan Page Browley, cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Mary Megan Bresnihan. Jonathan Caleb Bridwell Gray. Madeline Laurel Brill Edwards, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Megan Ann Brooks. Thomas Ely Brooks. Alexandra Marie Brown. Caitlin Ross Brown, cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Jonathan Jamal Brown. Crystal Shanice Brown. Ann Margaret McKinney Bullington. Sheena May Venancio Burns. Eliza Lockwood Bouchard. Alicia Brianna Chapman. Andrew Thomas Christie. Casey Ann Clayton, cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Max Anthony Cook, magna cum laude. Jasmia Desiree Cornell. John William Culpepper IV. Caitlin Marie Dalrymple. William Michael DeJesus Jr. Natalie Elaine Dick. Nicholas Dixon, magna cum laude. Shannon Beatrice Donahue. Olivia Austin DeBose. Catherine Marie Jaczynski, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for data science and the Honors College. Ashley Ray Duncan also meets requirements for the Honors College. Rebecca Ann Eaton, cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Sophia Adwago Imitu, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Sarah Nicole English. Rosel Bobadilla Evangelista. Natalia Fanani, cum laude. Kendall Elizabeth Ferrara. Jackson Torrance Flowers. Hannah C. Fogel. Stephen Charles Frederico. Ali Jean Fritas. Avriona Nicole Gainey. Madison Kaylee Gambrell, cum laude. Grant Alexander Gauthier, magna cum laude. Hannah K. Gilman. Alexis Kendra Gibson, cum laude. Claudia Lee Gold. Emily Wright Gosson. Rachel Danoon Green. Taylor Ashley Grande. Haley Brooke Gunter. Allison Jill Hatterer, magna cum laude. Shay Lynn Held, also meets requirements for Spanish. Taylor Hewitt. Ashley Elaine Haywood, magna cum laude. Madeline Hoymeister. Kaylee Nicole Hooker, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Brandon Matthew Houston, summa cum laude. Amy Lee T. Wynn. Megan Rose Gendrasiak. Andrew Joseph Julian III. Olivia Ellen Ling Zhong, cum laude. Grayson Khan. Charmaine Suki Khan. Rachel Murphy Keller. Rachel Christine Klaas. David Matthew Crawl. Alexa Nicole Lane, magna cum laude, also meets the requirements for the Honors College. Ian James Larson. Jeremy P. Laxner, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Andrew Scott Layton. Joey Reynold Lachai, summa cum laude. Zoe Aaron Long. Caroline Grace Luksha. Isabel Hillary McCluskey, cum laude. Katie McGowan. Lauren Ann Miller, cum laude. Alexandra Elizabeth Marciano also meets requirements for Spanish. Emma Margaret Moran. Willem Theodore Morin, magna cum laude. Trishani Mukhopadhyay. Tanner R. Myers. Stacy Nua Tui Wynn, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Tiffany Wynn. Mariana Obondo Valiz, cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Adeyime Mofulusha Oduwale. Akash Chandrakant. Raj Gopal Patel, cum laude. Sierra Lynn Patterson. Lauren Michelle Percy. Emily Kathleen Pittenger. Javier Marcos Polo Jr. Marissa Cheyenne Popelka. Vivek Prakash Rai. Hillary Anne-Marie Reeves. Mark John Ragati II also meets requirements for studio art. James Dafig Erdu Riggs, cum laude. Meredith Ann Riggs. Sarah Grace Russell. Alicia Savchenko, Karina Shuck also meets requirements for religious studies. Morgan Elise Perry Seidel, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Sanad Mohammed Serda. Daniel Ray Shaddix, top honors. Rumsha Shams, cum laude. Kailani Sheets. Taylor Lauren Sierra. Sierra Daniel Simmons. Garrett Edward Smith, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Patrick George Smith, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Manar Abdelmonium Solomon. Alexandra Bira Spalgus. Trinity Angelina Stewart, cum laude. Shavis Lee Tabor, summa cum laude. Alexia Maria Tadros. Labrisha Danae Tate. Molly Catherine Todvin. Megan Gaze Trahi. Agata Isabella Trojanowska. Miguel Angel Troncoso. Jacqueline Ivory Truong. Isabella Elena Valenti, cum laude. Dylan Thomas Vaughn, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Carrie Karina Vijay, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Quintel Ariana Wagner, cum laude. Tatiana Monica Washington. Abigail Nicole Weiland, cum laude. Allison Nicole Weindorf, cum laude. Madison Lynn Wyrick. Keisha Chantel Whitaker. Alexie James Wilhelm. Lindsay Ann Wilson. Jokees Corriente Wright, also meets requirements for secondary education cognate. Rachel Caroline Young. For the bachelor's degree in biochemistry, joining us will be Professor Pamela Riggs Galasco, chair of the department. Caitlin Nicole Crachilli, top honors, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Anna Lemiz Ortega, magna cum laude. Courtney Elizabeth Lloyd. James Mark Sinkway IV, cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Tiffany Elizabeth Vereen, also meets requirements for business administration, chemistry, and biology. Wyatt Oren Wofford, magna cum laude. For the bachelor's degree in chemistry, McKenna Elise Andrews. Patrick Gross, magna cum laude. Celia Louise Hamill. Jacob Chandler Hayes, cum laude. Les Honeycutt III. Virginia Catherine James, magna cum laude. Also meets requirements for biochemistry. Also meets requirements for the Honors College. Clayton Allen Jordan. Jillian Gail Lewis. Heather Casey Lieb, cum laude. Haley Elizabeth Mazur, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for biology and the Honors College. Edja Noren. Richelli Petri Carvalho Quintaye. I'm trying it again. Richelli Petri Carvalho Quintayo, magna cum laude. Christopher Jordan Taylor. Sarah Pearl Taylor, also meets requirements for biochemistry. For the bachelor's degree in computer information systems, joining us will be Professor Bill Manaris, chair of the department. Drew Spencer Alessi. Tyler Anthony Bonomo. Kaylin Paige Briggs. Jose Chirboga. Michael Pierce Edinson. Tuesday Elizabeth Figg. Claire Margaret Garatowski, magna cum laude. William Thor Hundle. Angelina Alexis Marciano. Anthony McKinney. Hillary Brianna Denise McLaurin, also meets requirements for German. Matthew Taylor Nash. Joshua Dale Nichols. Austin David Rahman. Ariel Angelica Robinson, cum laude. Christopher Brendan Robinson. Alexander B. Schlesinger. Carson J. Smart, cum laude. Ashton Bryant Spencer. Graceland Keith Stiglbauer, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Brandon Adam Stelzcheck. Thomas Boswell Thornton. Woohoo. Savannah Marie Tracy. Sarah Kathleen Winiger. For the bachelor's degree in computer science, Alexander George Austin, magna cum laude. Daniel Christoph Bachmaga. Bryce Stephen Barrett, cum laude. William Alexander Blanchett, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for competing in the arts and the Honors College. Jason Bolware. Lara Jane Brooksbank, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Michael Samoya Burris. Kyle Mitchell Cooper. Dylan Thorvald Calden. Kenneth Buenviaje de la Cruz. Chandler David Deloach. Laming Ding. Missy Elise Evans. Joshua Aaron Glass. Dominic Del Rosario Guzman, cum laude. Eric Helm. Griffin Patrick Hires. Austin Scott Hollis. Trenton Nether Hudson. Austin Joseph Hunt, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Daniel A. Lee, cum laude. Jacob R. Maddox, summa cum laude. Sarah Caitlin Miles, cum laude, also meets requirements for competing in the arts. Drayton Scott Reddick. Kyle William Sheely. Alexander William Skiff, cum laude. Charles Lawson Willard. For the bachelor's degree in computing in the arts, Noah Keenan Albertson, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Miriam Ikbomisime Bella Ugunu. Ulia Monserrate Diggs. Tillman Pfeiffer Ursig. Jordan Kathleen Gravel. Morgan Rivana Green. Catherine Victoria Gumps, magna cum laude. Justin Kendrick Hull, cum laude. Athena Maria Lambrinos. Jessica Jocelyn Mack, cum laude, also meets requirements for studio arts and the Honors College. Grayson Matthew McClellan. Cameron Richard Merrill. Brandon J. Neese. Jonathan Olufime Rabiu. Sorry. Taylor Nicole Ruckman. Daniel Standerwick. James Michael Walling. Sabrina Michelle Warner. For the bachelor's degree in data science, Andrew Garrett Ayers. Connor S. Burton, summa cum laude. Kendall Ann Dunn, magna cum laude. Oriana Yanos Gandhi Wells. John Carter Haley. Zachary Tucker Kidd. Erin Colleen Murphy. Mackenzie J. Scheich, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for economics and the Honors College. Alexander Nicole Shope, cum laude. Eliza Ruth Starr, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for computer science. Mary Cecilia Washington, cum laude. For the bachelor's degree in geology, joining us will be Professor Tim Callahan, chair of the department. Nicholas Andrew Birch. James Michael Burke II. Emmanuel Richard Bias. Dylan C. Coe. Emma Lise Collins, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for mathematics and the Honors College. Haley Susan Connell. Dariana Rose DiBenedictus. Kendall Page Freeman. Luke Greco. Hannah Beth Hartley, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Catherine Eldora Kaler. Kaya Lee Krause. Dylan Lee McLean. Emily Rebecca Messer. Nicole Moore. Penny Elizabeth Neal. Dana Marie Pelkey. Jack Warren Petrocelli. Sorry. Molly Ann Plenicki, cum laude. Michael Christopher Reynolds. Daniel Cornelius Robinson. Sarah C. Sneath. Brandon James Tracy. Sarah Rose Watson. For the bachelor's degree in marine biology, joining us will be Professor Seth Pritchard, chair of the department. McKenna Lee Anderson. Madison Brooke Bancroft. Greer McKenna Barbles. Holly I. Caudle, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Jeffrey Coleman. McKenna Hillary Dodd. Jordan R. Falker. John Jeffrey Gill, top honors, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Melissa Magdalena Harris. Bailey Anderson Horn, magna cum laude. Sophia Taylor Kreutz, summa cum laude. Also meets requirements for the Honors College. Carly Shea Lovis. William Kitchings McNair. William Randolph McNew. Garrett Parks Mooney. Kiera Lanice Morgan. Calvin James Morse. Briannon Nicole Porter. Also meets requirements for anthropology. Sierra Marie Rose. Carly Lynn Strange. J. Wayne Wilson, magna cum laude. For the bachelor's degree in mathematics, joining us will be Professor Robert Mignon, chair of the department. Misty Marie Antonacci, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Courtney Jane Beckham also meets requirements for the Honors College. Alexandria Elizabeth Breitinger. Joseph Gilbert Casagranda, magna cum laude, also meets requirements for secondary education cognate. Rachel Jordan Clark. John David Cobb III, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for chemistry and the Honors College. Gwendolyn Ann Cox. Samantha Grace Kirkpatrick, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Erin Langenstein, magna cum laude. Coral Page Linhart, summa cum laude, also meets requirements for the Honors College. Lavetta Siobhan Priester also meets requirements for secondary education cognate and African American studies. Amanda Palmer Ramos. Henry James Gavingon Reith. Elaine Todd, magna cum laude. For the bachelor's degree in meteorology, joining us will be Professor N.K., as we call him, chair of the department. August Dale. Trevor William Gibbs, cum laude, also meets requirements for physics. Mikkel Xavier Hannah Harding, also meets requirements for physics. Say it again. For the bachelor's degree in physics, Gavin Dowd Connors also meets requirements for meteorology. Jason Alexander Flagg. Patrick Raymond Simonson, cum laude. Jamie McCullough Rhodes, cum laude. Kinsley Elizabeth Mosley.
Will the candidates for bachelor's degrees please rise? By the authority of the state of South Carolina, granted to the Board of Trustees of the College of Charleston and committed to me, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science as earned with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations. Please be seated. Graduates, as you know, you didn't do this alone. Your degree is not an individual effort. I would like you to recognize your mentors, the faculty members who led you in lectures and group discussions and laboratory work. Please join me in thanking your professors for their expert teaching and their dedication to your education, both inside and outside the classroom. Now, as alumni of the College of Charleston, you join in an amazing circle of men and women, including our commencement speaker you heard today, who are dedicated to making a difference and being a success. You will meet and unite with many alumni throughout your life's travels. They will welcome you, encourage you now and forever. And so in your beginning moments as graduates of this great institution, let those alumni here today give you that first of so many encounters. Will all of the College of Charleston alumni on stage and in the audience please stand and welcome our fellow alumni, the class of 2019. Thank you, and please be seated. Graduates, I send you forth with best wishes as you begin the adventures that lie ahead. And we, the college community, look forward to welcoming you back to this campus on future visits. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me once again in congratulating the class of 2019.